My brothers from another mother, what's going on? So in today's video I'm going to address the topic of M cars going soft. I got a private message on the Facebook page from a subscriber, and he was asking me what I thought of the current generation of M cars versus the AMG products and whether or not M cars are going soft. He made reference to the new M4 GTS, and I don't know if I would agree with that. I would tend to disagree, and I'll tell you why. Well, hang on a sec. Let's talk about the M4 GTS first. I think that car is a disappointment, and not from the perspective of the car itself. It's been criticized as not being fast enough, and if you compare it to like a Mustang GT350R, which you can now buy for, I just checked, $118,000 Canadian. They were being advertised for sale on the Trader 4 months ago when I was really digging through cars for over 150, 160,000. So their pricing is settled now. Now the M4 GTS versus something like a GT350R Mustang, very similar cars as far as intention and what they were designed to do, but different in the way they execute it. You know, manual transmission versus DCT, forced induction, water injection versus naturally aspirated flat plane crank V8. So the Shelby GT350R is actually quite a bit faster than the M4 GTS around some tracks. Not all tracks. In fact, I will dig up the information and I'll put up a slide to just display that. But it's a disappointment from the perspective of price. The M4 GTS was way overpriced. Last time I saw one for sale was a couple of weeks ago on a private forum that I'm a member of on Facebook, BMW True North, and there was a dealer in Toronto that managed to get their hands on one, and they had it listed for sale for $200,000 Canadian. I laughed my ass off. When they were announced, I think around $180,000, $188,000 Canadian, and I contemplated it. I'm not gonna lie, I thought about it. Very limited production M car, purpose built. Again, nobody had driven one at this point when I saw the announcement. I did a video, put a card up for it, and I thought to myself, this would be a beautiful car, until I saw the price. And I thought to myself, almost $190,000 for an M4, which doesn't really have significant upgrades over the Shelby GT350R. And when I mean significant, I mean, you know, yeah, it's got the roll cage inside the car, but do you really need it? Okay, the Mustang doesn't have it, and it's faster around the track than the M4 on certain tracks. So is it really necessary? No. Does it look cool? Yeah. Does it offer some additional frame stiffening? Probably, but I'm guessing it's really not necessary. But the Mustang went the route of lightning unsprung weight, so carbon fiber wheels, which are significant. They're a $20,000, if you were to buy them separately, they're a $20,000 standalone premium if you were to order them from the company in Australia that manufactures them, and they make a significant difference in the handling of the car. BMW, on the other hand, went with a 19-inch front and 20-inch rear, which is, I just think is stupid, because if I'm being honest with you, anytime you see somebody that builds a purpose-built track car, they always put the smallest and lightest wheels they can fit over the calipers and rotors, you know, that they can clear over the calipers and rotors. So quite often, like a E9 series M3 will go to a track wearing 18s. You know, this M4's got a 20 on the rear and a 19 on the front. I don't know why they had to put a 20 on the rear. And the design of the wheel should have been carbon fiber instead of aluminum. But I digress. It is what it is. So have M cars gone soft? I don't think they've gone soft. I think they've gone off a little bit. I think the intention of the M4 GTS was great. I think the execution sucked, especially on the price point. Would I love to have one? Yes. Would I pay $180,000? Hell no. Maybe $100,000, $110,000. But it's a car that should hold some value and potentially appreciate in the future. Buying it now at $200,000, that dealer in Toronto that's got one, would be the most idiotic spend of $200,000 in your lifetime. You wouldn't see that back for a very long time. Talking about the general M car models, I don't think they've gone soft. I think the M4 and the M3 is still the benchmark by which compact, not really compact, kind of like mid-size to mid-compact M cars are judged, or sports sedans are judged. I mean, if you compare it to a similar Mercedes-Benz or Audi, it still comes out at the top, especially in the 2014 rankings when the car was released, as model year 2014. The new M cars, you know, as they get released, they're always the benchmark by which the cars in the category are judged. The new M5 that's coming out, they're speculating potentially has all-wheel drive now, has xDrive, which will be interesting. Let's see if that actually comes out in the car, because they're predicting around 600 horsepower. This car, even in the factory tune mode, BMW rates at 560. They've been dynoed on, you know, the rolling dynos, and they speculate the engine output is closer to 600. So BMW is very conservative with the engine output of this car. I know even the M4 engine output is very conservatively measured. They're saying that one's even closer to 500. But I don't believe they've gone soft. I believe they've gone a little bit sideways on some of their products, like I mentioned earlier. But I still think they make a great car. It's still my preference. If I were to look at a similarly equipped AMG product versus this, like an E63, for example, would be a similar car to the M5. My buddy Ray has one. I'll put up a card if you haven't seen some of his videos. We've done the drag strip together, and I've driven both the cars back to back. The E63 is a nice car, very quick. I do like the all-wheel drive they throw in the car. It's much more practical for that kind of power level, driving on the city streets, because you can put down the power. This car, in first, second, and third gear, you'll put down power, but not all of it. Whereas the E63, you'll put it all down. Like if we went side by side and nailed it, he would get a few car lengths on me very quickly. Now, when it comes to top speed, on the drag strip, I had a much higher trap time versus his, up to about 200, and it started, and the margin started to spread after that. So these cars do put down power very well on highway speeds. If you both nail it side by side doing 100, this car would go. So no, I don't think they've gone soft. I still think they make a great product. It'll always be on the menu as far as cars that I would select or consider buying in the future. I'm not opposed to looking at AMG, Porsche, Audi, those sorts of things. I just happen to feel comfortable and like M-car products. I really enjoy them. The Popo. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments below. Those are my thoughts for today. I don't think M-cars have gone soft. But yeah, thanks for checking out the video. Hope you guys have an amazing day. We'll talk to you guys later. Peace!